So you want to start calisthenics but don't know where to begin? This is your complete beginner's guide. I will walk you through everything you need to know to get strong with bodyweight training and eventually learn those cool skills. But before you try to unlock all the crazy stuff you see online, you need to build a solid foundation by mastering the basics. In my opinion, this means being able to do 30 push-ups, 15 dips, 12 pull-ups and a 10-second L-sit hold. Skipping this step and jumping straight into advanced skills will not only slow your progress, but also increase your risk of injury. Now that you understand why the basics are important, I'm going to give you exercises for push, pull, core and legs so you can build a strong base, and after that dive into the specific areas of calisthenics that interest you. Push exercises primarily targets the muscles in your chest, shoulders and triceps. The first push exercise to master is the push-up. To perform a standard push-up with proper form, engage your core, glutes and legs to keep your body in a straight line from head to heels throughout the whole movement. Avoid flaring your elbows out. Instead, rotate your elbows slightly back and lower yourself with your elbows forming approximately a 45-degree angle. Use full range of motion. To learn the push-up, incline push-ups are a great starting point. Begin by performing the exercise on higher surfaces and gradually decrease the height as you build strength. Knee push-ups are also very effective. Once these becomes too easy, you can try full negatives and push back up on your knees. After mastering the regular push-up, you can build a stronger foundation by progressing to more challenging variations, such as elevated push-ups, deep push-ups or explosive push-ups. You can also increase difficulty by adjusting your hand position. Placing your hands closer together will emphasize the triceps, while positioning them lower toward your waist will target the front delts more. When regular push-ups start to feel easy, you can also start learning the dip. To perform it, depress and protract your scapula. Then lean forward as you lower yourself down. If your mobility allows it, you can go deeper, but do not force this, as this can lead to injuries. To learn the dip, you can start with banded dips. Use lighter bands as you get stronger. Another great exercise is the negative dip. Focus on making the descent slower as you build strength. Finally, you need an exercise to build overhead pressing strength. For this, I recommend pike push-ups. This is a highly effective shoulder exercise and a great progression toward the handstand push-up. If you can't do the pike push-up yet, start by getting comfortable with the pike hold. To make it harder, walk your feet further forward. To perform a pike push-up, transfer your weight onto your shoulders by leaning forward. Lower your head toward the ground and push back up when it touches the floor. Keep your elbows tucked in throughout the whole movement. The further forward you place your feet, the more difficult the exercise becomes. Pull exercises primarily targets your back, biceps and rear shoulders. The first pull exercise you should master is the pull-up. To perform a standard pull-up, grab the bar slightly wider than shoulder width, with your palms facing away from you. Start with your arms fully extended and pull yourself up until your shin is above the bar. Avoid lifting your legs or using momentum during the movement. The pull-up mainly targets the back with help from the biceps. To place more emphasis on the biceps, chin-ups where your palms face toward you are great. To learn the pull-up, you can start with bodyweight rows. In the beginning, start with a high bar and gradually use lower ones as you get stronger. You can also perform this exercise on rings. This makes it easier to adjust the difficulty by just changing the height. As it's important to include both vertical and horizontal movements into your routine, bodyweight rows are a great exercise to continue doing even after learning the pull-up. Two other good exercises for learning the pull-up is the band-assisted pull-up and the negative pull-up. As mentioned earlier, use lighter bands and make the descent slower to progress. After mastering the pull-up, you can also start doing harder variations like wide pull-ups or high pull-ups. When you train calisthenics, you often use your entire body. As a result, your core is constantly engaged to stabilize and control your movements. This is why calisthenics naturally develops strong core muscles, even if you're not directly targeting your abs. However, I recommend including specific core exercises at the end of some workouts to learn the L-sit. When you have mastered the L-sit, your core will be prepared for more advanced skills. The L-sit can be performed while hanging from a bar, on parallettes or on the ground. To learn the L-sit, knee raises are a great starting point. As you get stronger, progress to the tucked L-sit. From here, you can start doing single leg L-sit kicks to prepare yourself for the one leg L-sit. Make sure to practice both sides to avoid imbalances. You can also incorporate leg raises where you try to hold the full L-sit position before controlling the negative and repeating the movement. If you can't keep your legs straight in the L-sit, you need to improve your hamstring flexibility and strengthen your hip flexors. The forward fold will make it easier for you to extend your legs. To strengthen the muscles responsible for holding them up, seated leg lifts are great. Make sure to not lean your upper body backwards during this exercise. If it's too hard, place your hands further back. To increase the difficulty, place them further forward. If you choose to train legs with calisthenics, mastering the pistol squat is a great goal. To perform a pistol squat, start by extending your arms in front of your body to assist with balance, and glide your non-squatting leg along the ground as you lower yourself down. Make sure your squatting knee is aligned with your toes and does not rotate inward. For full range of motion, lower yourself until your hamstring touches your calf. To learn the pistol squat, you first need to become very comfortable with bodyweight squats. After that, you can start practicing single leg exercises. Step-ups are a great starting point, since you can begin with a low elevated surface and gradually raise the height as you get stronger. You can also do assisted pistol squats. By holding on to something for support, you can perform full pistol squats using less of your body weight. Another helpful exercise is practicing the negative phase of the pistol squat. As you build strength, aim to slow down the lowering portion of the movement until you eventually gain the strength to push back up as well. If you can't get your non-squatting leg straight during the pistol squat, do the same 2 drills recommended for keeping your leg straight in the L-sit. You can also practice the pistol squat on an elevated surface, which allow your extended leg to drop lower, making the exercise easier and less demanding on mobility. Finally, if your heel lifts off the ground during the pistol squat, you can improve your ankle mobility by doing the knee to wall stretch. To create a workout program, my advice is to keep it very simple in the beginning. Create something you can stick to and you will learn along the way. Here are my recommendations. If you plan to train 2 to 3 times per week, use a full body split. This means training your whole body during each session. Make sure to rest at least 1 day between the sessions. If you plan to train more frequently, consider using the push-pull leg split. This means you train certain muscle groups each session. Don't forget to add core exercises at the end of some workouts. When choosing exercises, make sure to include both vertical and horizontal pushing and pulling movements into your routine. To make progress, it's essential to continuously challenge yourself by increasing the difficulty of your workouts. This can be done in several ways, such as increasing the number of reps or sets, reducing rest time, or switching to a more advanced progression. I recommend performing 2 to 4 sets of 4 to 15 repetitions. For optimal results, start your workout with lower rep ranges to focus on building strength. Then move on to higher rep ranges to emphasize muscle growth. Also make sure to rest for about 2 to 4 minutes between sets. Before training, warming up is really important as it reduces the risk of injury and allows for better performance. I like to start with jumping jacks, but you can do whatever you prefer as long as it gets you warm. For upper body workouts, I recommend doing some shoulder passes, internal rotations, external rotations, and some wrist stretches. If you get wrist pain, I recommend performing your sets on parallettes, as it allows your wrist to be in a more natural position. The last thing I like to do before my working sets is to perform some reps of an easier variation. For example, if your first exercise is push-ups, I would start with some knee push-ups. If you need some equipment, I will leave a link in the description to the calisthenics brand I use, Coordination. To support me and save 10% on your order, use code TU. With that being said, I want to wish you good luck on your journey. Be patient, stay consistent, and you will achieve your goals. Subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and leave a comment if you have any questions. See you in the next one.